Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. On today's video, we are discussing some apps that are very useful either if you are living or just visiting the Dominican Republic. So let's get started. So let's first start with this app, WhatsApp. And I know that a lot of people that are already visiting Dominican Republic have this app. But I'm saying this for people that probably have never been here and are thinking in visit the Dominican Republic. And if you are visiting here and you're trying to meet new people and keep in touch with them, you will need this app. This is the app that everybody here communicates through, is WhatsApp. And the reason is because the kind of phone plans that we have here with cell phone that is very, how will I put it? The plans are very expensive and not many people are able to have a plan where they have a free minute to call and send messages. So this app, people use it to do free calls and free messaging and send pictures and all that. So if you are thinking in visiting and have friends here, you will need this app. And I know this app is not very popular in the US and maybe other countries, I don't know, but it is very popular here and you need it. And one good thing about this app is that all your messages are encrypted, so nobody can monitor your conversation. So the next apps that we are gonna talk about is transportation apps. And here we have Uber, which is the most popular one. We have Didi, D-I-D-I, and we have InDrivers. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about each of them. Uber, which is the most popular one, like I say, most people know this app. If you don't know what Uber is, it is an app where you put your destination where you wanna go, you put your credit card information, you tell it where to go, they pick you up, they drive you off, and you pay it online, basically. That's the base of it. But Uber, like I say, is the most popular one. So if you already have the Uber app, when you come visit here, you don't have to re-download the app. Just the app automatically will calibrate here to the country. And also it will change the dollar to peso, so you don't have to do anything. You just have to use your app as normal. Now let's move on to Didi. Didi, personally, I think it's a little cheaper than Uber. And Didi is the competitor of Uber here, just like Lyft is the competitor of Uber in the US. One thing that is different also here from the US with Uber and Didi is that you can either pay cash or pay with your credit card. So when you choose your ride, it's gonna ask you, or it's gonna be on the bottom, what credit card you wanna use, or if you wanna pay cash. If you don't wanna use your card, just choose cash, and then you will pay cash at the end of the ride. And another thing that I like about Didi is that if you have to type a message for the driver, if you type it in English, it would translate in Spanish for the driver, and vice versa too. If he write a message to you in Spanish, it will translate to you in English. So that is a very nice, good thing. That way you don't have to, if you don't know Spanish, you don't have to be worried about how to communicate with the driver. And let me see if it's another thing about Didi is the same thing as Uber, like I mentioned, that you can either pay cash or pay with your card. And with these two apps, just like in the US, the price fluctuates depending on the time of the day and the demand. You may take a ride one day, it was at this price, and the next day it's gonna be higher because it's depending on the time of the day. And another difference is in the US, for example, no matter where you go, most of the time your ride will be no less than $6. Here, you can take a short distance ride because I have taken, for example, when I am in Villamilla, I go to my aunt's pizzeria, I have taken a ride over there for 60 pesos, sometimes 70 pesos. That is about $1.50. So that is very cheap just to take a ride in a taxi. So let's move on to InDriver. One good thing the InDriver have is that you are able to negotiate the price. So if you are taking a ride and the driver say the price, you are able to say, no, this is how much I want to pay for this ride, and they're gonna either take it or leave it. So that is a good thing. But I would say not the bad thing, but with InDriver, you just are able to pay cash. You cannot use credit card, it's just cash only. And these apps are not available in the entire island. Of course, Uber are more available in bigger cities. I know they are available in bigger cities, but Didi and InDriver are more popular here in Santo Domingo. Probably Didi, you can find it as probably in Santiago, which is the second biggest city, but I don't see Didi. I don't know for sure, but I don't think Didi work anywhere else. And in-driver, especially in-driver, I know it's just here in Santo Domingo. So now let's talk about food delivery apps. And we have Uber Eats, and then we have Pedidos Ya. And believe it or not, as popular as Uber Eats is, it's no more popular than Pedidos Ya. Pedidos Ya have been around here for a minute, and before Uber Eats came around. And if you be driving on the street, you will see Pedidos Ya, those motorcycles, yeah, you will miss it. And then with the kind of uniform they have is yellow with red or something like that, you will miss it. And sometimes you will see that they say Global. It is the same company. One company, I can't remember which one bought into the other one, but Global and Pedidos Ya are the same company. And just like the transportation apps, these food delivery are not available on the entire island. I know they are here in Santo Domingo, Santiago, and in the bigger city, but they are not in the entire island. And one thing that you can do with Pedidos Ya is that you can also pay with cash. So if you don't want to pay with your credit card, you can choose to pay cash. And if you are using Pedidos Ya, you will have to create an account. And most restaurants, you are able to order from with Pedidos Ya. And with Uber, that I think is different from the US, is that you have the option that you can choose through the same app. You can choose if you want to do food delivery, if you want to do transportation, or if you want to do package delivery. So in the same app, you have the option, and you can choose whatever service you want to use. So now let's move on to an app that I think personally is easier to save money. And this app is Zoom. And I know some people use Western Union, but personally, I like Zoom because for me, it's easier and faster to use. And at first, I used Western Union a long time ago, and it was very difficult for me to set up the account. It was a lot of red tape. But then after you have your account set up, it was kind of easier. But Zoom it's always been easier and faster for me to send money. So now Zoom is owned by PayPal. So if you have your PayPal account, you can connect it to Zoom and it will be easier for you. You can send money for your PayPal account. And what is the maximum amount that you can send with Zoom? It is $2,999. So $3,000. And the only thing is that if you are, I'm gonna tell you how fast they do this service. Like if you are sending any amount less than $1,000, that would be available for the person to pick it up in about less than 30 minutes. But anytime there is a big amount, they need more time than that. Sometimes I have been cases that they take even 3 days, depending what is the amount that you send them, because they need to verify the account and you have the phone and all that. But this service for me is very easy and fast. And guys, not to get confused with Zoom teleconference. This is Zoom with an X. And with Zoom, you can choose if you want to send your money in pesos or dollars. But the difference is that if you send it in pesos, you will pay less to send the money, but the exchange rate is different. It usually between 2 to 3 pesos versus the actual exchange rate. So I don't like that. I usually choose to send in US dollars. And with Zoom, you can also wire money to yourself. Let's say that you are here, you have your Zoom account. If you need to send money to yourself, you just send it to yourself, and you can go and pick it up in any bank, like Banreservas, Banco Popular. It's a lot of different banks here where you can go and pick up your own money. And you can also have that money delivered to your house. And here, let me tell you, depending on what part of the city you are, because sometimes banks here, and other one that you can send it to is Caribe Express, but then Caribe Express and the banks are always full of people. That is something here, the banks are always full of people. So if you don't want to go and wait in the line, you can have that money delivered to yourself at home, or whoever person that you are sending that money to, they can deliver it to them. And usually this money gets delivered the same day that you send it. And I know some people will be concerned, like, no, I won't do delivery because what if something happened to my money? To your money, nothing is gonna happen. Because even if the driver gets jacked and your money gets stolen, until they put that money to your hand and you sign up that you receive it, you have your money, the company still have your money. So don't worry about that. You will receive your money. And I trust the delivery because I haven't used it a lot. And most of the time I do that and it get to where it needs to get. And before I move forward to the other app, I want to mention this. This is not an app, but that is something that I feel is easy to do in case that you are here and you need cash quick and you are trying to use the ATM. You know, if you are here, you can use your debit card in any ATM to get cash. And some banks like Bank Reservas will give you probably about 3,000. That's the most they will give you. And BHD will give you also just 3,000. But Banco Popular give you up to 20,000 pesos. That is about, I think that is about $350. That you can take up to 3 times per day. So we'll give you $60,000. But of course, that is if you are able to take out this amount. If you bank in the US allow you to take that much. Like for example, our bank, it just let me take like 400 daily. So here you will be able to use that ATM once a Banco Popular just get 20,000 pesos. But I think this is very useful. If you have an emergency, you need to get some cash, you could just go to the ATM and Banco Popular will let you get that big amount. And if you are gonna use the ATM to get money out, I usually recommend to go directly to a bank. All the time has security, and also if you card the ATM EU card, they can help you to get it out right away. So instead of using an ATM that is how you call it, standing alone in a place, I would recommend just go to a bank and use the ATM inside a bank. And nowadays, I know a lot of people use Cash App to send money over there in the US, but this app is not available here in the Dominican Republic. So you cannot use Cash App to send money. So now let's move on to a map app, and is Waze and Google Map. People over here are more used to use Waze instead of Google Map because they say that Waze gives you shorter routes and also it don't get you lost. I haven't used this app yet because I'm more familiar with Google Map and I was using it in the US, and then I have never got lost here with Google Map. But now that I'm mentioning, I might use it just to see the difference between the two apps. So if any of you guys have used Waze here before and it worked for you, please let us know and leave it in the comment down below because I want to know if it worked better for you here. And another app that is very helpful for people that are visiting the country and that don't know a lot of Spanish is Duolingo. I haven't personally used this app, but I have heard from people that have good experience using this app to learn Spanish. And also another app that you can use here if you don't know a lot of Spanish is Google Translate. That is a live server because I have heard from people too that they use Google Translate while they are here. So guys, that is what I can think of right now. If any of you out there have used any other app while you're here and have been helpful for you, please let us know. That way we can all learn. And that is all what I have for today. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.